How Under Armour shoes are made in the factory. All right, buckle up, folks. What if I told you your favorite Under Armour shoes weren't born out of innovation, but a clash of crazy ideas? Or that the cutting-edge designs you love might have roots in techniques older than your grandma's recipe for apple pie? Sounds wild, right? Forget the magic elves in the night. This is a story of mind-bending contradictions, relentless precision, and the engineering wizardry that brings those kicks from a sketchpad to your feet. Let's unravel the truth behind what really makes your sneakers so legendary. Or is it all just clever marketing, design, and concept? It all starts way before you even see a glimmer of that iconic logo. We're talking about the design and concept stage. How does a shoe design go from just a sketch on paper to something that can make or break an athlete's performance? This isn't just slapping a few sketches together. Under Armour has teams of designers, biomechanics experts, and even athletes themselves, all brainstorming, sketching, and testing. They're thinking about everything. What sport is this shoe for? What kind of performance benefits can they bake in? How can they make it look slick? They're thinking about how the shoe will move, how it will feel on your foot during a grueling workout, and how it can give athletes that extra edge. This stage can involve countless iterations, prototypes, and feedback sessions. It's a meticulous process of refining an idea until it's ready to be brought to life. Material selection. Once the designers have a solid concept, it's time to pick the materials. This is where things get really interesting. We're not just talking about your average fabrics here. Under Armour is known for using cutting-edge materials. Think breathable mesh that feels like a gentle breeze on your feet, durable yet lightweight synthetics, and specialized foams that can bounce back from a marathon's worth of pounding. These materials are often custom developed and rigorously tested for durability, flexibility, and, of course, performance. Imagine a lab coat-wearing scientist stretching and stressing fabrics to their breaking point. That's part of the process. They're looking at things like tensile strength, breathability, moisture-wicking capabilities, and even the environmental impact of the materials. Different parts of the shoe will require different materials. The upper might need to be flexible and breathable, while the outsole needs to be tough and provide traction. The selection process is a careful balancing act between performance, durability, and cost-effectiveness, cutting and prepping components. Now, with the design locked in and the materials chosen, the real action begins. It's time for cutting and prepping the components. Giant rolls of fabric, like bolts of futuristic superhero suit material, are fed into massive, incredibly precise cutting machines. These machines, often computer-controlled lasers or die-cutting presses, slice through the fabric with astonishing accuracy, creating the various pieces that will form the upper part of the shoe. Think of it like a giant, super-efficient cookie cutter for footwear. Different shapes and sizes for the vamp, the quarter panels, and the tongue, all perfectly cut to ensure a snug and supportive fit. Precision is absolutely key here. Even a tiny fraction of an inch difference can affect the fit and performance of the shoe. These cutting processes are often automated, ensuring consistency and efficiency on a large scale. Have you ever wondered how those iconic Under Armour logos stay flawless after years of wear? This is how. Once the individual pieces are cut, they often undergo further preparation. This might involve adding reinforcements, applying logos and branding through printing or embroidery, or even skiving, which is basically thinning the edges of certain pieces so they can be seamlessly joined together. Think about those iconic Under Armour logos you see on the sides of the shoes. These are often applied using heat transfers or embroidery machines. Reinforcements might involve adding extra layers of material or stitching to high-stress areas to improve durability. Skiving ensures that when different pieces of material are joined, the seams aren't bulky and uncomfortable. Stitching and assembly. Next up, we enter the stitching and assembly phase. This is where the individual fabric pieces start to take the familiar shape of a shoe. Skilled workers operate rows upon rows of sewing machines, carefully stitching the various components together. It's not just a random sewing spree, mind you. Specific stitching patterns and techniques are used to enhance durability and provide support in key areas of the shoe. Think of it like a complex artwork being created with thread. Reinforced stitching in high-stress zones? Absolutely. Precise seams for a comfortable fit? You bet. Now, you might think it's all about robotic precision at this stage, and while automation plays a huge role, there's a fascinating human element that often gets overlooked. Within the assembly line, you sometimes find individuals with almost legendary status. We'll call them fit whisperers. Having worked with the materials for years, they develop an almost sixth sense of how the different pieces will come together. They can feel subtle variations in the fabric, notice minute misalignments that a machine might miss, and make almost imperceptible adjustments adjustments as the shoe is being stitched. Think of it like a master tailor who can just feel how a suit will drape. These fit whisperers ensure that even with the precision of machines, there's still a touch of human artistry ensuring that perfect fit and feel we all crave. Lasting. With the upper starting to look like a shoe, it's time for one of the most crucial steps: lasting. Imagine a foot-shaped mold, often made of plastic or metal, called a last. The partially assembled upper is stretched and pulled over this last, giving the shoe its final shape and structure. Think of it like sculpting a shoe around a form. This process is critical for ensuring the shoe has the correct fit and that it conforms to the intended foot shape. Different lasts are used for different shoe types and sizes, ensuring that each pair fits just right. Sometimes heat and pressure are applied during this stage to help the materials mold to the last. This process essentially gives the shoe its three-dimensional form and ensures that it fits comfortably and securely on the foot. The lasting machine essentially pulls and molds the upper around the last, creating the final shape of the shoe before the sole is attached. But here's something you probably didn't expect. What if I told you the very thing that can make a product iconic can also nearly destroy it? A decision so shocking, it almost erased its legacy from history. Want to know what happened next? You won't believe the twist. Stick till the end to find out. Now getting back to the process. Sole creation. Now, let's talk about the sole. This isn't just a flat piece of rubber slapped on the bottom. Modern shoe soles are complex marvels of engineering. They often consist of multiple layers, each with its own specific purpose. There's the midsole, which provides cushioning and support. Think of those bouncy foams we talked about earlier. There's the outsole, the part that makes contact with the ground, designed for traction and durability. And often, there are internal support structures and shanks that provide stability. The midsole is where a lot of the magic happens, incorporating technologies like Under Armour's HOVR or Micro G foam for cushioning and energy return. The outsole design is carefully engineered with different patterns and rubber compounds to provide optimal grip for different activities. The process of creating the sole often involves injection molding. Molten rubber or other polymers are injected into precisely shaped molds, creating the various components of the sole. Think of it like a high-tech waffle iron, but instead of waffles, you get shoe parts. Different molds are used for different sizes and designs, ensuring consistency across the board. The temperature and pressure of the injection molding process are carefully controlled to ensure the sole components have the desired properties, such as flexibility, durability, and shock absorption. Sole attachment. Once the sole components are ready, it's time for sole attachment. The upper, still on the last, is then bonded to the sole unit. This is a critical step that requires strong and durable adhesives. The sole is carefully positioned and pressed firmly against the upper, ensuring a secure and long-lasting bond. Sometimes heat or pressure is used to activate the adhesive and create a super strong connection. Think of it as the ultimate shoe handshake, a firm and lasting grip. The adhesives used are specifically formulated to withstand the stresses and strains of athletic activity and environmental factors. Automated machinery is often used to apply precise amounts of adhesive and ensure consistent pressure during the bonding process. Finishing and quality control. After the sole is attached, the shoe moves into the finishing and quality control stages. This is where any loose threads are trimmed, excess adhesive is cleaned up, and the shoe gets its final polish. Each shoe is carefully inspected for any defects or imperfections. Are the seams straight? Is the branding correctly applied? Does it meet Under Armour's rigorous quality standards? This is the last line of defense to ensure every pair of shoes that leaves the factory is up to par. This might involve visual inspections, measurements to ensure proper sizing, and even stress tests to check the integrity of the bonding. Finally, after passing all the quality checks, the shoes are ready for lacing and tagging. Laces are inserted, tags are attached, and the shoes are carefully placed into their boxes, ready for their journey to stores and eventually to your feet. That's how your Under Armour shoes are born. A truly fascinating blend of design, materials science, and manufacturing prowess. All right. Having just laced up the story of how Under Armour shoes are made, let's shift our focus upwards, shall we? Because Under Armour isn't just about what goes on your feet to power your performance. They're also serious about what goes on your head. So, let's seamlessly transition from the ground up to discover the intricate journey of how those iconic Under Armour caps are brought to life. Think of it as moving from the foundation of your athletic gear to the stylish crown that tops it all off. Design and conceptualization. Just like with the shoes, the journey of an Under Armour cap begins with design and conceptualization. Ever wondered how a flat piece of fabric transforms into the cap you wear daily? The designers at Under Armour aren't just thinking about sun protection. They're thinking about performance, style, and comfort. What sports is this cap designed for? Will it wick away sweat during an intense workout? Does it need to be adjustable for a perfect fit? What kind of look are they going for? Sporty, casual, tactical? All these factors play a role in the initial design phase. They're sketching, creating digital mock-ups, and even working with athletes to get feedback. Considerations go beyond just aesthetics. They're thinking about aerodynamics for runners, breathability for hot weather workouts, and even how the cap will interact with other gear like sunglasses or headphones. This stage involves a lot of collaboration between designers, material specialists, and marketing teams to ensure the final product meets the needs of the target audience. Material selection. Once the design is finalized, it's time to select the materials. Just like with the shoes, Under Armour utilizes a range of high-performance fabrics for their caps. Think lightweight, breathable polyester blends, durable cotton twills, and sometimes even specialized fabrics with UV protection. The choice of material will depend on the intended use of the cap. A cap designed for running will need different properties than one designed for casual wear. They're looking for fabrics that can withstand wear and tear, wick away moisture, and feel comfortable against your skin. They consider factors like the weight of the fabric, its ability to retain color after washing, and its overall durability in different weather conditions. Sometimes different parts of the cap will utilize different materials for optimal performance, a moisture-wicking sweatband on the inside, for example. Cutting the fabric panels. The next crucial step is cutting the fabric panels. Large rolls of the chosen fabric are fed into automated cutting machines. These machines, often using lasers or sharp dies, precisely cut out the various panels that make up the cap's structure. Think of it like cutting out pieces of a pattern for sewing, but on an industrial scale. You'll have the front panel, side panels, back panels, and potentially even the button for the top. Accuracy is key here to ensure all the pieces fit together perfectly. Computer-aided design, CAD software, is used to create the cutting patterns, ensuring minimal fabric waste and maximum precision. These cutting machines operate at high speeds, efficiently producing the necessary components for mass production. Embroidery. Now here's where things get a little different from shoe manufacturing. Embroidery. A huge part of Under Armour's brand identity is their distinctive logo. And where does that logo often go? Right on the front of the cap. Sophisticated, multi-needle embroidery machines bring these logos to life. Digital designs are programmed into the machines, which then carefully stitch the logo onto the front panel of the cap. These machines can handle intricate designs and multiple colors with impressive speed and precision. The quality of the embroidery is paramount, ensuring a clean, crisp, and durable logo that represents the brand. The thread itself is often chosen for its color fastness and durability, ensuring the logo remains vibrant even after repeated wear and washing. While those embroidery machines are technological marvels, churning out perfect logos with incredible speed, there's a subtle art to ensuring each logo sits just right, especially on the curved surface of a cap. This is where you might find a seasoned technician. Let's call them an embroidery aligner. Their job isn't about programming the machine, it's about the almost imperceptible adjustments they make to the cap panel before it goes under the needle. They have an eye for how the fabric stretches, how the curve of the cap will affect the logo's appearance, and they make tiny manual tweaks to ensure the logo is perfectly centered, level, and has that signature Under Armour pop. Think of it like a master framer subtly adjusting a canvas to catch the light just so. These embroidery aligners are a testament to the fact that even in highly automated processes, a skilled human eye and a steady hand can elevate the final product from good to iconic. They're the unsung heroes of that perfectly placed logo. Assembling the cap panels. With the logo proudly displayed, it's time for assembling the cap panels. Skilled operators use specialized sewing machines to join the various fabric panels together. This requires careful alignment and precise stitching to create the curved shape of the cap. Think of it like assembling a three-dimensional puzzle with fabric and thread. The seams need to be strong and flat to ensure comfort and durability. Different stitching techniques might be used depending on the material and the design desired look. For example, a flat lock stitch might be used on the interior seams to minimize chafing. Operators are trained to maintain consistent stitch length and tension, ensuring the structural integrity of the cap. Visor attachment. Next comes the visor. What's the secret behind the visor's perfect curve and durability? The visor, that curved brim at the front of the cap, is usually made of a stiff but slightly flexible material, often some kind of plastic or cardboard insert sandwiched between fabric layers. The fabric for the visor is cut and then wrapped around the pre-shaped insert. This wrapped visor is then stitched to the front panel of the cap. The stitching needs to be secure to ensure the visor stays firmly attached and maintains its shape. The visor insert provides the necessary stiffness and curvature, while the fabric covering adds to the overall aesthetic and feel of the cap. Specialized machines are often used to precisely stitch the visor to the cap, ensuring a clean and durable attachment. Finishing touches and quality control. Once the main body and visor are connected, it's time for the finishing touches and quality control. Any loose threads are trimmed, and the interior seams might be covered with binding tape for added comfort and durability. The back closure mechanism is also attached at this stage. This could be a Velcro strap, an adjustable plastic snap closure, or an elastic band, depending on the cap's design. Just like with the shoes, each cap undergoes rigorous inspection to ensure it meets Under Armour's quality standards. Are the seams straight? Is the embroidery perfect? Does the closure work correctly? Inspectors carefully examine each cap for any flaws in stitching, fabric, or the application of the logo and closure mechanism. Packaging and shipping. Finally, the caps are ready for packaging and shipping. They might be individually bagged or stacked neatly in boxes, ready to be sent out to stores around the world. Caps are often folded or placed on forms to maintain their shape during shipping. Accurate tracking and inventory management systems ensure that the right number of caps reach the correct destinations. So, there you have it. The journey of an Under Armour cap, from the initial concept to shielding your eyes from the sun or adding that final touch to your workout gear. It's a fascinating process that combines precision machinery with skilled craftsmanship, ensuring that every cap not only looks good, but also performs its intended function. From the breathable fabrics to the perfectly embroidered logo, a lot of thought and effort goes into creating that seemingly simple headwear. And just like their shoes, Under Armour caps represent a commitment to quality and performance, ensuring you're covered from head to toe, literally.